Welcome back, beautiful Super Soul Sisters. I'm going to talk about Hit 11 shoes, the 11 shoes. Now, this is a delightful pair of shoes that I actually got from, it was an idea that I got from a friend of mine, her son, when he was quite little. He was talking about his kid brother who was going off having a tanty about something, a little tantrum. And he said, oh, Mum, he just needs to hit 11. And I think I might have mentioned this in one of my videos before. But basically, it is when you hit the pause button. What we discovered a few weeks later is that what he was saying is like on the remote control of your video that you have the two little markers, the two bars, and it's 11. And it's just like he just needs to hit 11. He just needs to hit pause so that crazy angry episode doesn't happen. Now, I spoke to the timeout button yesterday, but I'm going to be using these 11 shoes we need to sometimes hit the 11 button for us in life as busy ladies. We're in so much overwhelm that, it's getting too much, isn't it? We're kind of losing sight of ourselves. We don't know, you can't see the woods for the trees anymore. We're so busy being everything to everybody else, and you burn out. That's what happens. And then, you throw in some hormones, you get depressed, or you get upset, or, whatever, you throw whatever you want in there. It's just kind of a melting mosh pit of chaos sometimes. And it's just like, how about we just don't go there, So this all helps you to not, okay? And the Hit 11 shoes is about disconnecting. I like to say disconnect to reconnect, okay? We actually need to do that. And I am not just a promoter of, like I talked about the duvet days where you need to just sort of time out. But the Hit 11 shoes, the 11 shoes are not just about duvet days, where you take out a few days where you shut down and, you don't take phone calls and you don't do, and look, there's going to be some mums who are going to say, I can't do that. I've got kids. I've got, you don't understand, Vicky. And I was like, well, actually, yes, I do. I am a mum. And, maybe it's not that you take a whole day or whatever it is to yourself, but you need to do that decompression. Whether it's a day, half a day, and the 11 shoes is even where you do it regularly every single day. Haha, now that's a little bit of a challenge. People are like, ooh, what? Disconnect to reconnect every single day. And yes, that's the, like your Zen Buddha shoes. It's finding space in your day where you can observe. You're beyond the owl and the super owl, where you literally just switch off from all the stresses of life just for a few minutes every day. I like to do my meditations first thing in the morning when it's really quiet before everybody gets up. I do mine for at least 10 to 20 minutes every single morning, and then I try 10 to 20 minutes every single night before I go to sleep when everyone's gone to sleep as well. And it just is, one is to prepare me for the day, and the other one is to thank the universe for everything that's happened in the day. It's my gratitude time, and I get still and present, so I say thank you. I pay grace to what's happened in my life for the day, and then at the end, which is one of the reasons actually in the VICKI JANE Facebook group, I always go, what have you been grateful for today? And that is for us to just have a little mental check of, do you know what? This good thing did happen to me today. That good thing happened for me today. And there's joy just in that it's like, I was so busy, but I still found joy. I still found enjoyment. And you can find your bliss in those moments, can't you? And then switching off and just going away, that you lift yourself above all your senses, the chaos of the day, the chaos of the world, and just be in a space where you can disconnect to reconnect. And when you are in the zone of, I call it quantum squatting, when I do my meditations, you squat in quantum and you think about nothing. It's that mindful based meditation where nothing comes in, and if it does, you let it come in and you just let it drift off. And I literally sit up in space with my, a sense of a warm blanket around me, and it's totally disconnected from the earth, which is way down there. And this is calm, it's a security blanket, it's warm, it's safe, and it just gives me that sense of perspective, like, I talk about the owl and the super owl. When you're super owling, it gives you the perspective and the space that you need, and quite often you get answers, like the Tolly talks about, silence speaks, and it's in those moments of complete stillness that you actually get clarity. Okay, so if you want to become more clear, if you want to handle your life a bit better, hitting 11 twice a day is really important. Okay, make the time for yourself. It doesn't have to be 20 minutes. If you can't do, if it's just 5 minutes, it's something, right? But quieten the mind so that you can find the space to do that. And then hit 11s, you got your duvet days, which is the next step up, which is where you're doing it for a longer period of time, but it's where you're pampering and you're doing all these other things. But that hit 11 time, that pause button just gives you that space that you need. And it helps you go, I can deal with that. I did deal with that. And answers come in with, when it comes to overwhelm and stress, it's like, do you know what? I want to let go of that. And that would be less stressful for me. And just by doing the quiet, disconnect to reconnect, hit 11s, you handle your stress better because you let go of the stress. So what I do is when I go into my quantum squatting mode is I go and sit up there and I just decompress. I just let go of all my stress from the day, and I let the universe take it away, and that gives me the space to calm. I just replace it with a calm, warm sense of being in the present, in the now. Okay, so those hit 11 shoes are really key to do twice a day. If you can start doing duvet days and even duvet weeks, like where you go away on a retreat with, like-minded friends, like I'm going to start doing them at some stage, where we've got VICKI JANE retreats for mums, mumpreneurs, and even ladies. You don't have to be a mum, just to regroup, just to reconnect to our inner selves, to who we really are, so that we can get clarity and calm and handle our stress better. And just decompressing, just letting that excess steam off and allowing for that space makes such a difference. So highly encourage everyone to wear a pair of those shoes, and I hope you found that useful. And my challenge for you is, why don't you put a pair of 11 shoes on either tonight or tomorrow morning? Okay, just give it a try if you're not already into it. If you are a seasoned traveler, you already know what I'm talking about. And what you'll find is that you'll want to do it for longer. I hope you found that useful, and if you did, please will you like, share, subscribe, and also share in Facebook. Okay, thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you again next time. Namaste.